Hey, so for today's topic, we're going to be using exponential equations. We're going to be solving exponential equations. We're going to be solving logarithmic equations. So I thought I'd give you like two examples of each in case you were struggling with any of the problems. So in this problem, at least the exponential equations, what you're going to want to do is get the exponent by itself first. So if there's anything around that exponent, you want to make sure that you move it to the other side of the equation. So in this problem, we're going to start off by adding 6 to both sides. And that's going to get us 18 equals 5 times 3 to the x. Still there's that 5 over there, so we're going to need to move it to the other side. So we'll divide both sides by 5. 18 divided by 5, just let me type that in real quick, is going to be 3.6. Alright, now the moment you get the exponent by itself, what you're going to want to do is switch it over to logarithmic form. So that thing we've been practicing this entire time, at this point, you're going to write this log of 3.6 base 3. And that's going to be how we can get x by itself. And that is pretty much what we're going to be typing into our calculator to help us get the final answer for x if we're trying to get the approximate answer. Quick reminder, if you're using your calculators without like the ability to change the base, you would have to type into your calculator the log of 3.6 first, and then divide it by log of 3, and that would be how you can use a calculator to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use my calculator real quick, see if that actually shows up. So log of 3.6 divided by log of 3, and that is going to be our answer. So roughly 1.2, and that would be the answer for the first problem. Okay. For the second example, let me just real quick pull this out. For the second example, we are going to be doing the same idea, starting again, trying to get that exponent by itself. So we're going to start by adding 7 to both sides. It's going to be 107 equals 2 times 4 to the x plus 3. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to divide by 2 on both sides. So divide by 2, divide by 2. 107 divided by 2 is 53.5. Alright, now we got that exponent by itself. So at this stage of the problem, again, we're going to flip this into logarithmic form. So that's going to look like this when you're done. So again, the base will stay the same from exponent to logarithmic form. And the thing that the base is touching switches, because when you do an inverse, again, the input and output switch. So in this case, it's going to be 53.5 equals x plus 3. And now I just need to go on my calculator and figure out what log of 53.5 base 4 is. So I'm going to type that in. Which looks it to be, what, 2.9-ish? And then last but not least, I got to just subtract 3 to get x by itself, and that would be the end of the problem. So 2.9 minus 3 is going to be roughly about negative 0.1, and that would be the answer to that problem. And finally, a couple log examples. So when you're solving logs or equations with logs in it, same idea, you're going to try to get the log by itself. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 2 to both sides, and that would get us a 6. Next thing we're going to do is get rid of that pesky 3 out there, so we're going to divide both sides by 3, and we're going to get 2 equals log of x base 7. Alright, now similar to the exponent, once you get the log by itself, what you're going to want to do is flip it now to exponential form, so you're doing the reverse of what we did last time. So again, base is still going to be 7, but the exponent this time is going to be 2. If you flipped it correctly, that would be the correct switch. And you can see that now x is by itself, and we have something that we can easily just calculate. So 7 squared is going to be 49. And that would be the answer to the problem. All right, last problem. Here we go. I know a couple of you guys had questions about logs when they don't have a base shown. Anytime you see a log problem without a base, you can just automatically assume that that base is 10 because that is the rule. So technically this is a base 10 problem. So the first thing is, again, get everything around the log moved to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 20 to the other side, and that's going to give me 3 equals log of x plus 3. Technically, we don't have to write the base 10 because, again, we already know that is base 10. But because we are trying to write this now in exponential form, again, having that base in mind is going to be important when I flip this to exponential form. So this would be the exponential form of it. And now I would just have to figure out what 10 to the third power is. In this case, that's going to be, what is that? 1,000 equals x plus 3. And then I'm just solving for x here. I'm subtracting 3 to both sides. And x is going to equal 997. So hopefully that helps a little bit. If you need any additional help, you can check out office hours and I can help you from there. Hope you have a great day.